Welcome back, everybody. My 75-gallon tank sprung a leak. It's leaking right there. Anyway, emergency situation. I'm in the process. I had just set up this sump too. I've got a video coming out about that soon. Maybe. I just emptied out my quarantine tank, so I'm going to move the Severums over there and put the Colombian Red Tetras with their buddies up here in the 29, and I'm in the process of putting the Plecos and Corys down here in this extra 10-gallon tank that's usually empty, so just as an emergency thing while I can figure out whether I can patch that tank or whether I have to get a new one. Stand by. Alright, we're checking back in here with a tank disaster. This is a new 75-gallon. Thank God Petco had a 50% off sale going on, so I got the new one in. I got the hardscape and the sand back in after taking it out of the old one. I decided against putting the fake plants back in because who likes fake plants, really? Everything's going again. Here's the disaster. The disaster tank. I'm gonna inspect it and maybe try to reseal it just to have another 75. We'll see. I'd never had good luck resealing tanks. I tried to reseal a 40 breeder one time and it wasn't great. Say hi to Trudy. Trudy! Trudy's been inspecting the progress here. Very much a handy assistant, as you can see. So yeah, that one's down, it's drained, most of everything's out of it. I've been mopping up water from the floor, got the fan going here. Not right now, so it doesn't interfere with the video, but this is the first time I've had a tank up for running for 6+ months and had a failure go on. I used the level to get it perfectly level. I had to put some shims down here on the bottom because this basement isn't completely level. It flows over to the sump pump, which is over underneath the stairs there. But so far, so good. I like the way the new tank looks. So wish this one luck. And if you ever have to go through this, it is quite an ordeal. But thank God I was able to. I had emptied the quarantine tank the other day, so I've got one Severum and one Pleco in here. This 10-gallon tank was empty. I quickly set it up and put a sponge filter in it that was over there in the 75 sump. It used to be in the 75 tank itself. And this one has the Corys and one Severum and the Blue Acara. I threw the red Colombian Tetras back into their home tank where they originally came from. And actually, I was wanting to move them back over here anyway, so I'm just going to leave them in there. The angels are in there now too, so they're going to stay there. Of course, I moved all the snails as well. I put the Severums in separate tanks because I was afraid that they would fight too much in the small 20-gallon quarantine tank. So one's in a 10, one's in a 20. The rest of the fish are scattered around these 3 tanks. All right, so we're back. The new tank is set up. The fish are all inside, and I must say I'm pretty happy with the way this tank looks now. I don't miss the fake plants at all. I like this more simplistic hardscape design. I didn't put the Colombian red and blue tetras back in. There was some fin damage, significant fin damage. I can only assume was caused by these Severums munching on them occasionally when they got too close. But I'm happy with the way it's turned out. It took a disaster to get to this point, but sometimes you need a disaster to have something good happen, and I like this. So let me know what you think of this down below, and if you experience a leak, don't panic. Some good tips to keep in mind is you should have another tank or another tank set up somewhere you can temporarily move your fish while you figure out what you're going to do with the leaking tank, because the truth of the matter is, especially on a larger tank like this 75 or even greater in size. There could be a flaw in the silicone somewhere and you might get a leak. So try to be prepared for that and try not to freak out. It took me a couple of days of hard work to get it fixed, but like I said, I'm happy with the results. So thanks for sticking around with me on this tank disaster, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.